Hi guys, Skinsfanatic here. Just a quick reminder before we get started on tonight's show that if you haven't already, please go down the bottom and subscribe to my channel. Throw me a few likes. Be much appreciated. All right guys, enjoy the show. Oh yeah, it's that time of the week. Skinsfanatic Live. Put your 2 1s up and raise your cups up. Skinsfanatic's back, so prepared to get jacked up. Started out here in the TTC while repping my team. Shout out to the B&G. But hold up, cause rolling in like thunder. It's Skinsfanatic Live from the land down under. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Hit it like it's summer, got the goods here, boy. CrazyBrave. How you doing, my man?
Yeah, good.
Welcome everybody to the first episode of the new season. Got my man, my brother, CrazyBrave 74 here, primed for a big show tonight, and obviously a big season ahead, hopefully, hey?
Yeah, very primed and very excited to be back for season 2 after what was an encouraging year last year. First season under Ron Rivera, and really nothing but, good signs. I mean, if you want to get nitpicky, we can, and, there's things to improve.
Yeah, well, look, hey, we've got a lot to get through tonight. We started the season of Skinsfanatic, quite early last year because we didn't have a lot to do, and we sort of wanted to punch out as much topics in those first few episodes. We're basically going to get to everything that's happened in this off season in one episode tonight, and we're not going to spend too much time on certain topics, but obviously some front office moves were made in the off season.
They were.
We've brought in Martin Mayhew now as the GM, which is exciting news. I know it's something that you're very excited about. Martin Mayhew being one of our heroes growing up, and we know that he done some work in Detroit with the Lions, and now he's the GM of our football team. So exciting news, and we've brought in a lot of other people too that I probably can't roll off the top of my tongue right now. But go ahead. You got something you want to add?
Yeah, just something to add on Mayhew that's not really spoken about. He did spend some time at Tampa Bay during their rebuilding stage, and that's when he really got to learn, what it takes to be a general manager. And, it's really good signs bringing him in.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I just can't think of the other fella's name that we brought in as well. He's kind of like the 3-headed monster that we've got now. When we've got Mayhew, and of course what's his name?
Marty Coney.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Mayhew will be the general manager. Marty Herney is the general manager of, Mayhew's general manager of football operations or something along those lines. And Herney / general manager.
Yeah, so, and then of course, was it only over a month ago now, the big news that came out that Tanya Snyder, the wife of owner Daniel Snyder, is now taking over. Well, not taking over, but she's been named co-CEO of the Washington football team, which I like. I think, if you've got yourself a strong woman in your corner, maybe she can be the one to tap Dan on the shoulder when he wants to make an outlandish move every now and then, and just sort of keep him in check, and and I think it's just more, like, you can poke fun at it if you want to, about the owner hiring and naming his wife co-CEO, but I don't see it being a negative, and I don't know how impactful it will be.
That's right.
But yeah,
your
thoughts on Tanya?
A lot of it. Oh, yeah, I'm pretty excited that she's in the front office. But what I'm saying and what you agree on is that we don't really put too much onus on the front office. Yeah, they have made mistakes that will be talked about and have been talked about, but we win football games in the trenches, and the mistakes on the football field are what we need to be held accountable for. Improvements have been made in the front office. You'd think Jason Wright's brought in a team, and we have to see how it goes.
Yeah, well, I mean, I agree. I mean, like, you can't blame Tanya if we're not making a stop on third and long and things like that. But we obviously have had a bad culture here for quite some time, and when a lot of the nigglings that have been going on inside the office and all that. So to sort of clear house and bring in some bit more, I guess, I don't know, stability. Hopefully, I mean, in those areas is only going to help things, ultimately trickle down from the top to the football team, and I think that's what we're trying to achieve here with some of the moves that we've made. Agreed?
Yes, there's a group of people making decisions now. Mr. Snyder believe it or not, he's in the background, and he's got other people making decisions, and it might well be on them in a couple of years if the success isn't there. But yeah, I mean, he's given them a chance. We all know Danny's going to be blamed in the end, but yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right. I wasn't going to interrupt you at all. I'm hearing what you're saying, hear what you're throwing down, Crazy Brave. Always got time to hear what you've got to say. Okay.
Look, I'm happy to have Mayhew with the pressure, because he's built for it. Like, I'm very pleased with having him in the front office, and more than I am the Jason Wright move or the look, just having Mayhew and Ron Rivera running our team. I mean, Rivera's the coach. Mayhew's going to he's not going to make the decisions, but he's going to be in the conversations. And
absolutely,
I believe that he's smart enough to get it done for us, and he's got the passion. And I can't wait. Super pumped.
Oh, yeah, no, it's great. And we saw, only a day after that Tanya Snyder was named co-CEO, that the Beth Wilkinson report, and we won't spend much time on this because I know it's draining, but it has to be mentioned. It's our first show of the season, but it took her 18 months to finally come out with this report, and we didn't even get a written statement from her. All we got was apparently she rang Roger Goodell, and Roger Goodell said, okay, that sounds pretty bad. What was it, $10 million fine that's going to a charity, so it's tax refundable anyway for Snyder. And, no fines, no suspensions, no loss of draft picks. It sounded like a pretty horrible time to be an employee in that office at that time space, that all those alleged incidents had occurred. So I feel for if there were any victims. But as a football fan, I'm pretty stoked that we only lost some money. That wasn't really money of mine anyway. So, your thoughts on the Wilkinson report, Crazy Brave? Let's hear it.
Yeah, it took a ridiculously long time for something that was, conjured up from the Washington Post. We aren't going to spend too much time because, as I say in most of our shows, keep waiting for our Dan Snyder special, but it won't be tonight. Danny was cleared of all the charges, and he's actually done quite well for himself. He's gotten rid of the minority owners, Dwight Shah and Fred Smith, and he's bought them out. And look, he's brought in a team, and it's the strongest unit we've had in years. So let's give him a go.
Oh, look, I said last year I am giving Snyder another chance, and so far he's ticked all the boxes. I mean, I know he's got a bit of dirt on his feet, like some stuff going on that really isn't going to affect the football team, I don't think. Like he's trying to sue the Indian company for, basically smearing his name, with robots and all this crap. But, if you haven't heard that story, I don't really know the bulk of it, but, he basically, there was a smear campaign and some group in India was basically making up a lot of false allegations about him. So, I'd probably sue them too. So, no, but like I said, Snyder, he's doing okay with me right now. I, have nothing bad to say about him in the last 18 months or so. It's all glowing at the moment for Mr. Snyder. And I'm sure you're happy to hear that, Crazy Brave, because I know that you like Mr. Snyder, and I'm not going to step on your toes for it,
Oh, yeah. Everyone on Twitter thinks I'm on one of Dan Snyder's fake Twitter accounts because I'm the only one giving him love. But look, we can cover it in the special. Dan has made mistakes, obviously, and I don't have time to go through them on tonight's show.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry to cut you off, but here's one of the things that I'm liked about Snyder, and his stock is rising because he actually came out just a few weeks ago and he said that he is very responsible for a lot of mistakes. And he said that he was 35 years old when he bought the team, and he was a fan of the team. And you can't do both. I mean, you can obviously be there happy if we win on game day, but if you're going to buy the team, you've got to do it right. And I couldn't imagine buying a professional football team at my age, only 5 years older than when Mr. Snyder bought the team, and all of a sudden
he'll
do everything right. So I applaud him for owning up, for taking ownership. It's one of the best things to do is to take ownership of your fuck ups, and he did that. So hats off to Mr. Snyder on that one.
Yeah, for sure. No, excellent. All right, I think maybe we'll leave it with the Mr. Snyder talk for.
Yep, that's it. No, done with. Well, his name might come up again, but
I'm sure it will. We love him.
Yeah, yeah. No, well, it's time and we have to spend a little bit of time on this one too. And I know this subject's getting a little bit draining as well, but they've Jason Wright's come out, and Jason Wright's basically the face behind the rebranding of this team. He's the one that when the name comes out that everyone's going to pick on him for picking it. Not so much Dan. That's going to be Jason Wright who wears that front. But so the name will be announced early in 2022. He has crossed Warriors off the list, and for the reasons being, it is too close to the Native American Indian. It's too close to any of that, so he is cancelling out anything of that nature. And to me, I like it, because to try to come up with something that's close to Redskins or Braves or something, it's just kind of pushing it a bit too far. It's kind of pushing the nerve of a lot of people, and we just don't need that heat, I feel, from the league and the people who, from the league and the people who, the 10 people who are against the name, So yeah, I mean, like, who knows what it's going to be? And they have come out this week and said that any Indian headwear, feathers, and stuff like that will not be permitted at home games. Yeah, I do believe that at training camp, and I read this somewhere at training camp, a lot of the fans were still wearing the Redskins gear, the hats and the jerseys and that. But they weren't getting their photos taken. That you won't see that attire in photos of training camp, unless you zoom right in, maybe.
Yeah, you will, but you won't be the one. If you turn up to the game, you probably won't be the one chosen to come out for the pass the ball competition at halftime if you're decked out in, something that will resemble the old red logo or theme. And it's over. It was a hell of a ride, and it's over now. We've got 3 Super Bowls, 5 World Championships in total, and it still continues, but it will be under another name. But we did it. The Washington Redskins owned the shit for almost 80 years, and we don't need to go to the Braves or something along those, or the Warriors. We're moving on.
Yeah, a lot of people are that. I mean, look, I don't know if a lot of people are, but I'm on a lot of groups on Facebook, and a lot of people are just obsessed about this Red Wolves. And there it is again, like, it's Red Wolves. Like, it doesn't have to be something red and red tails and red warriors and all this stuff. Like it doesn't have to be red. They've also come out and said that the burgundy and gold will remain, and that to me is all that matters, right? Why? Do you have a preference of name? CrazyBrave, or do you have anything you like?
Well, I mean, I don't dislike Red Wolves, but I see where the whole thing's coming from. Like, like Redskins, Red Wolves, like, it's not necessary. Like, and I don't believe that that's what Dan Snyder and Jason Wright will be thinking. I think that it's probably going to be something left field that, people aren't coming up with. And, it's going to be received as most signings or draft picks or whatever happens with the football team. There's going to be people who don't like it, and, there's going to be people who like it, and there's going to be people who are going, I don't give a shit as long as they win. And really, I mean, that is it. I mean, the opinions of not liking the football name are not going to be, worth your time reading, really, or getting involved in, protesting about. I mean, it's going to, what's done is like, it's going to be something positive anyway. Like, we are moving forward. It's been positive with, the way the franchise building themselves. So go for it, man. Like, surprise me. Yeah, no, I don't really have a name. No names for me just yet that I could really.
Well, here's the thing. It's not like when we were, named the football team, we were all like, oh, yes, football team, I love it. And it's not like when we, made the playoffs, it was like, oh, fuck, like, if only we weren't called the football team, it was still exciting. So, I still had fun. And, I wouldn't mind just Wolves, or I've heard Renegades, and I'm like, yeah, Renegades, yeah, I could live with that. So they're probably mine too. I'd prefer just Wolves. It would be like the Dub-Dubs, the Washington Wolves.
That's right.
The Dub-Dubs.
and all the people who can't wait to howl. I mean, they'll still get to howl if they want. I mean, I look, if we call ourselves the Washington Sentinels, people can still howl the third floor of the stadium if they want. Like, what's the difference?
Exactly.
Shit.
And like half of them will probably just be like the opposition's teams anyway, so no motherfucker will be howling, right?
Make some noise.
Yeah. Like,
the howl of oil. Fuck.
Yeah. Everyone will be the 3,000 Washington fans that are there are going to be howling, and the other 45,000 Dallas fans will be like going, "You hear that? Do you hear that? What was that noise?" Because people are still bitter and shitty, and trying to sell up their season tickets, and it's pretty. The ticket sales are still pretty grim. Don't expect 75,000 screaming Washington fans in week one. I'll let you down that one now.
I mean, I have quite a while now. I know how quickly it can turn, but we need to come out positive again, get off to a good start, and that'll help things. What I don't want to see is this fan base turn on the old man, Ryan Fitzpatrick, if he throws a few picks early on, because we've already labelled him as an interception thrower. He's going to throw his turnovers. We've promised you that already. When it happens, like, are we going to lose our fucking minds over it? Are we going to fucking, be men about it? And
well, look, getting a little bit off topic here, CrazyBrave, but
shit. I remember Rex Grossman getting booed when he come over for a pre-season game, and he just fucking come out of the NFC Championship game.
Yeah. Well, it's a pivotal time, really, because, I mean, we are about to rebrand after this season, and God help us if we, only win 3 games this season, and then it's like, and we're going to be called the Foxtails or something, and I'm like, oh fuck,
Yeah,
wow. So um, we'll hopefully it's all like a great season, and then we can roll into the rebranding and or the new name and mascot and all that jazz, and continue it from there. But anyway, let's get to the actual football now. We've spent 25 minutes here on other topics. Let's get to the
yeah.
actual football side of things and some of the off-season moves that we've made so far, and probably there won't be too many more from here. Maybe, I mean, there's obviously going to be roster cuts after the preseason games. That's going to be, the most interesting part moving forward after these 3 games coming up. Um, so we've already said our goodbyes to Morgan Moses. After, that was a kind of a shock. It was a bit like, oh, he's going to get traded, and then, the next day or two he was gone. So that one sort of was quickly sort of, well, he's gone. And just a little bit like Adrian Peterson last year, just sort of hit us from nowhere. But how did you make of the draft? And you happy with some of the picks positions, I guess you could say, because we haven't seen them take the field yet. So.
I'm happy with the position that was chosen to be put up for an upgrade. Whether it panned out is another thing, but we are starting to actually look a little bit stronger now at linebacker position with the fresh legs of Davis and now also Cole Holcomb, who has been coming on pretty strong in 2 years of play. So we've got young blokes now, and we've got I think Bostic still might be on the team.
Bostic is still on the team.
Yeah,
Ron Rivera was praising him only yesterday, saying how much he's helping out the young fellas, Bostic, and and he's not that old, John Bostic. He's a gamer. Say again, Crazy. You just cutting out a little bit from time to time. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Say again.
I was just Jeff. I was just Bostic will be of some value in the schemings. He has had some valuable time, and one of the senior blokes there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he is, and
still got audio problems.
Yeah, you've had a bit of audio problems the whole show. You're just a bit pausey and laggy, but you're on a different device tonight, and you'll have that fixed next week. So we'll have to make do with it tonight and see how we go moving forward. But it's getting through. We'll get through. Yeah, we'll get through. It's okay. But the draft.
Very happy with the draft. We've also brought in Diami Brown, who's much needed competition at the wide receiver position. I'm not going to. I'm going to try not to bag the team, but very disappointing that bunch last year. I'm sorry to say. Of course, there are very, positive signs. There are blokes there who are busting their guts and, do a handy job, but there were some letdowns. So happy to see Diane Brown chosen as a wide receiver and Jamin Davis help us with that linebacker position. And then I think we've picked up a safety and a cornerback who's try out. So things
Yeah,
are
well,
all right.
we got St. Juice, the corner. We have Cosme, who's going to be playing right tackle,
Yeah,
replacing Morgan
right.
Moses, and I forget the tight end's name we got, but the tight end we got, the young tight end, he's meant to be quite good too. So,
Yeah,
but it's those guys out in the later rounds that we could find another Cam Curl or something. We just don't know yet.
yeah.
So
And we also bought off the streets.
yeah, well we
The
did.
tight end off the
We
street, Reyes.
Yeah, Samus Reyes, who hasn't played much football ever. He's a basketballer, so we'll be keeping an eye on him. Though I think he might have got injured the other day. So he's a big boy, though. He is a big boy. And I'll really be disappointed if he doesn't play in the first preseason game because I want to see
Yeah,
what he's got.
I hope he goes on to win some football games and not make Hollywood movies with his
Yeah, well,
must.
well, you're taking a shot at Vernon Davis, are you, or is that what that is?
No, and Davis. I don't think Vernon. Oh, Vernon Davis is an actor now. Yeah, but he did that after his playing days. No, I was taking a shot at Terry Crews and yeah, fuck.
Oh, yeah, right. Terry, isn't it Terry Chews?
No,
Whatever.
Crews.
Cruz.
Yeah,
It was
no,
always Chews.
hats off, Terry.
No,
Move on. Yeah. No, I
he
was having
thought
to
that
go at Rock.
football.
I was having to go at
Oh,
Rock
yeah.
and what come at me.
Well,
That's if
I
you
upset
watch.
a lot of people. I upset a
You
lot of
have to
people.
watch his side.
I upset a lot of people, and I said that The Rock his movies were shit, and The Rock needs to stop making movies. Every movie he makes is just the biggest far fetched piece of shit you've ever seen. Someone's told me that that he's the biggest earning in the box office or something. He's like the highest paid actor in the world now.
Yeah.
How times
Rock
have
gets some
changed,
real good. Yes.
How times have changed.
Excellent. How times have changed. But yeah, no, we've got
Yeah.
a big muscly tight end there, with a
Yeah.
big muscly body,
Oh yeah, he's
and
cut the shreds.
got we've also got some other positions, important position battles going on in training camp, and that really is the wide receiver position.
It's one to watch. Totally agree. One to watch. Just because of the back end of the depth. I guess like we know that we've got Terry and we've got Curtis Samuels, big signing. Although he's yet to take the field at camp, which is just fucking typical, really. And and Darmy Brown that we drafted. So I kind of can lock those three in. I think Humphreys will make the team. The wide receiver we bought in from Tennessee, Humphreys has been around for a few teams. But from there, it's a bit, do we keep the Sims boys? Do we see Kelvin Harmon make the team? He was out all of last year, and we know he in his first year he'd actually done some good things. and I was excited about his progress moving forward. And he got hurt and was out all of last year. So apparently he's having a good camp. And then, of course, we've heard lately the emergence of DeAndre Carter, the man we got from the Texans, the Houston Texans, sorry. Um,
Yeah, yeah, that's
so
right. And
I think when you're talking, when I haven't finished, it's cutting out. So yeah, that's cool. I was just going to say, yeah,
shall
he might
I
be.
drop back and pop back in and see if that
No,
has
no,
helped
no.
or
It's
anything?
just no. That's
No.
okay. Just wait till I finish talking and then talk. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I think that Carter might be the guy to push Steven Sims out of the off the team, because we know that Steven Sims was absolute horseshit on the return game last season, and nearly cost us a game, or did cost us a game, or something like that, didn't he? He struggled.
Oh, he had a fumble, um, maybe against the Giants in one of the early season games, I think, and then uh, Ron Rivera put him out the second one. He put it again, but he got it back, and yeah, his special team, his return game wasn't uh, great. Um, yeah, he is under pressure, but he's also, from all reports, having a pretty good training camp. He's got a chance of making the team, as does Cam Sims. Also, I mean, he's definitely a player to uh, keep your eye on. It's now or never for Cam Sims. This is his year. I mean, look, he made some leaps last year, but he can't continue to be a middle of the pack uh, wide receiver. He needs to step up and you know show that he could possibly be number two in this team. Um, and if that works out, we can have McLaurin and Cam Sims and the exciting wide receiver we've got from the Carolina Panthers. What's his name?
Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, it's Samuel. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and in slot, and we can be electric, with that shit.
Yeah. I think that like we've got a lot of speed there now. We've Humphreys, Brown, Samuels, McLaurin. Um, do we want to get some of that height? Do we want that? Because Harmon's quite tall. He can go up and get it. Um, and Cam Sims he's quite tall too. So I mean those two guys, I don't know. I mean, and it all depends on how many receivers we're going to keep. Um, and I would like to see some exciting back there in terms of punts and kicks next season. I think special teams is one of the areas that like we could just fuck out on next year, like, because we know that Hopkins is, I don't know why we didn't bring someone in to sort of push him a bit in camp. Hopkins, we definitely brought in someone to push Sims, so in the return game. So we just need to, we can't be kicking our field goals at 70% next season, like, and missing the chip shots, and you know, it's scary. It's a scary moment. So when the kicker rolls out
It is.
and when Sims is back there, scares me, man.
Um,
It does.
Look, I don't think that it's it's obviously high on Ron Rivera's list. I mean, is it kicking position? He he's given sorry, what I'm going to call him Dustin Hopkins.
It is Dustin Hopkins.
It is Dustin. We've still got Dustin Hopkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've still got him. I mean, he's been around for like 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah. Look, Ron's just gone. Look, it's not our biggest issue. You can kick it. Get out there and show me what you've got. So he's a lucky man, really, and hopefully he can respond this year with a solid season.
Well, he's like a cat with 9 lives, and I don't know how many he's got left, because if he blows the game in week 1 or something like, that's why I just think it would be nice to have someone in camp just to push it a bit, just someone to fall back onto. Say, oh, well, we had him in, he was all right. But I guess maybe he didn't want to rattle the confidence of Hopkins and just assure him that he is the man, and maybe he has got his eye on somebody who's going to hit the waivers or something, But, kicker's a fucking scary position in football. We've seen enough kickers in Washington to last us a lifetime, haven't we?
Oh, well, he can make it. What happens?
Yeah, no, well, So, do you believe, moving on from kicker and special teams and all that anyway, do you believe that there is actually competition here at quarterback? Or do you believe that Fitzpatrick is definitely the day one starter? Reports had it that Taylor Heineke has been up and down in camp. Everyone's new favourite quarterback, Taylor Heineke, had a great day yesterday, but not so good the day before. So, he's a little bit inconsistent for Heineke. It's what do you feel about the quarterback position?
Well, I think that Fitzpatrick has been brought into to start, and he should on the contract that he signed. You're not going to bring in a bloke of his ability at this stage of his career to sit on the bench. He gets a start. He doesn't have a hold on the position like some of the veterans would have, because people won't be too patient if he doesn't get off the hot start. Ron Rivera, on the other hand, he might go fuck his all, and he probably will, and I hope he does, and start in the 16, 17 games and see how we go. Because I'm going to hold in for the long haul. Like, he's gonna make some plays, and I'm excited about a change at quarterback. Anyway, it's not the greatest, but I'm excited about it. Taylor Heineke, loved what he did against the Bucks. I don't really want him to be named as a starter, not in the early stages of the season. The only thing that would be encouraging about that is we'd have a chance to make a comeback if he failed early on, lost some games, but I don't want it to be on him. It's Fitzpatrick's job, and actually, I do believe that Kyle Allen should be our number 2, in front of Heineke. I've loved Taylor Heineke, not being a Taylor Heineke hater, but from what I've seen, over the years, I've seen Kyle Allen play a few games. He's also not the greatest, but he'd be at number 2. We can count on him. I want to see what Taylor can do though after that playoff game, and I reckon he will get another chance. At some stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I think Rivera is going to probably name Heineke at number 2, and I think we will go into the season with 3 quarterbacks. Yeah, you might see Kyle Allen, in the background, involved with all the other quarterbacks, but he might not be dressed on game day every week.
Yeah, look, I think, well, first of all, the preseason games are going to be, that's going to be the one to watch. Not if Fitzpatrick can be the starter, because I agree with you that Fitzpatrick is the starter. There's no question about it. But yeah, the competition for the backup position, is going to be one to watch, and hopefully that Kyle Allen gets to play. I know he tweaked that ankle. I'm hearing that it's not as serious as, well, it's not too serious.
It's not serious.
And
he'll be all right. Just banged up on the play. Obviously, there'll be reports, and people will get carried away and concerns about can Kyle Allen finish a football season or even just a game. The answer to that is, look, probably not, because he gives it fucking 110%. Like he really does, and that's what I love about him. Same as Heineke too. So if we go into the game with him, with any of them, we can be confident that we're going to give it a red hot go. But whether they'll be starting next week is a matter of concern.
yeah, well,
because they
I was just going to say that Taylor Heineke, he is a little bit like, and don't take this out of context, like, but he's a little bit like Brett Favre in a way where, like he's a bit of a mad gunslinger, like, and he'll run around and sling it, and him not having a good camp to me doesn't really indicate that he's not that good, because I think he's one of those guys that when you chuck into the action, he goes out there and he makes the plays, and that's always been his downfall, because that's the way he gets hurt. He's reckless,
He is. Yeah, he what's that word? It doesn't matter. He can elaborate on plays, like he scrambles away from the pressure, and he adjusts to the play. Like he's not really at this stage. I can't say he's a coach's X's and O's man. Like he knows the plays and he can put it in position, but he's not afraid to. Oh, okay, I'll come out here to the right and sling it. And he plays backyard football, and it is very much like Brett Favre. And if we want Taylor Heineke to have some success, we do need to build on what was done in that playoff game against Tampa Bay. It's not going to, because Fitzpatrick's going to start, but that's not a bad thing. Taylor will get his chance. yeah, so and we've got to see how hungry he is, and whether that just that was more panic and or you know can he do it consistently? You know what I mean? Like was that a flash in the pan? Tampa, not panic. Just was it? You know, did he get away
Well,
with a few things? Was he, you know, lucky? Did they not have, know his playing his tendency? You know, like all those kind of things.
well, what I saw against Tampa Bay was a man trying his ass out to win a football game. Like I loved every minute of it. You know, diving for the pylon. You know, escaping pressure, getting outside the pocket, like just making play after play. It was to me, it was just a great, it was just so good to watch. But
Oh, was
he has already come out and said like he needs to change the way that he plays because that's why he's been getting hurt. Um, that's how he gets hurt, and he's bulked up. I follow him on IG, Instagram, and I see him all the workouts he's been doing, and he's an absolute machine of a man. But you know the way he
and
plays gets him
see,
hurt. So
he's like you could see that he knows how to protect himself. Like when he runs the ball, he was already doing those things that those quarterbacks can sometimes do, like little fake fake forward passes when he knows he's gonna, you know, dummy it here and I'm still running, like even though he was
yeah,
2 foot over the line of scrimmage anyway. Like he knows those kind of things, and that's some of those players. There's been players in the league who still don't get that, or still don't have
mm.
those kind of moves or those plays. Yeah, it
Yep.
was very impressive. Hey, here is going so low in a hurry. I'm going to run in and grab my charger. Is R2RamU joining us on the show tonight? Or
Yeah, I might go and bring him in if he's ready. I'll
yeah,
just
I'm
let
going
you
to
duck
go
out.
grab.
He's not
Yep.
ready. All right. No, you can go. I'll hold it down. All right. So here we are, the week one show. Crazy Braves just ducked out. Um, and here we have R2RamU in the green room. R2RamU, ladies and gentlemen. R2, what's good,
Hey,
brother? Looking good.
how's it
I
going?
thought
Hi.
I should have fooled
Hi,
everybody and told
guys.
them that
Crazy Brave.
Ryan Ryan Fitzpatrick's exclusive interview today on my show.
Have you got that helmet that I could put on and yeah. I wanted to get your opinions. I mean, on something. We all know you're good. Skinsfanatic.
Yep,
Crazy Brave's
yep.
good. Yeah, well, give me your thoughts when I finish on this. It's on training camp, right? And I believe I'm a anti-training camper. It's just like a music festival. There's all these vans and tents and everything all scattered around. You know, don't get me started when they take the field. You know, the defense takes an intercept. I don't know whether is that awesome or what. Yeah, I know our offense must suck, you know, and then the offense they get out there and do their play, and it's like, oh, defense sucks. You know, I'm like, I kind of wanted to move into the rivalry. I know Sean McVay, he's suffering from a bit of vitamin D, bloody overdosing at the moment. I'd give him a day off. Go home. I've got some advice for you. Just go home, put your feet up, maybe watch the Olympics. Chill. If I was actually, I just thought of this then. If I was the owner of the club, I'd invite him out and give him some lunch. Let the other coaches around in the place maybe settle down and take over while he goes and puts his feet up. Imagine, you know, having a little bit of a break and that. You know, I understand everyone in the league too. They're the same. They're all out there having fun. I think I saw the football team. They ran out and they were all checking out their Madden scores on their rankings or something like that. Not everyone's having a blast either. I guess some teams come to blows in these training camps. I think it was New York. Did I see they had
the Giants had a
fired
brawl.
up. Yeah. So they did come to blows.
Oh, big time.
Yeah. Well, that's a thing. But no, I'm a bit of an anti-training camper. I get the idea of it.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
training camps. It's a lot of things. It's the start of the season, so it's close. Camps started. It's also nervous because you get your injuries and that's frightening. But yeah, I agree. You see all the highlights on your social networks and you're thinking, well, does our defense suck, or is our offense really good, or does our offense suck, and you just got to take it as a grain of salt because it is what it is. It's just training, and I guess at camp you push your limits a little bit further, and you try to make that throw and things like that. So, Crazy Brave's back, but yeah, just
Well, everything's exciting. It's exciting, but what's exciting is the actual games when they, look, I'm not going deep into having games against each other. Like, I get that, but you're right. It is what it is. I don't see the social media and the running backs posting on Instagram that the dog ate the playbook, coach. Oh, I'm sorry. They're all just doing that, and I'm ready to go. I'm hanging for this season. The bad news I got in the off season was Cam Akers going down. That's kind of turned things more intense, I guess, and pressure and expectation that was already there on Stafford. He's got to step up a bit now, and I see him, Stafford. I'm interested to see, how he lifts the players around him, like Woods and Higby and Cup. At the end of the day, I think he's the new X Factor. He's our X Factor player, without a doubt.
Who, Akers? Akers or
No, Stafford. Stafford's the X Factor of the Rams this year, and you say Donald or was, but now it's on Stafford, I believe. And if it goes the other way on the flip side, and he's not going well, and we lose a fair few games, there's that side that we all know has happened. We've got very little draft picks, rooms to move. There's potential of it going backwards. That's dark, and I'm not thinking like that, but that's a possibility if this thing doesn't work
in the NFL.
Possibility. Yeah. I'm not talking brilliance here. I'm just saying that that's the go.
No, well, look. I mean, Aaron Donald's the man of the team. I mean, he's the anchor on the defense, no doubt in my mind. I mean, he's arguably the best defensive player in football.
Yeah.
But I think Stafford's definitely an upgrade. That if you go back to last season on Skinsfanatic Live, at the end of the year, I was like, give me bloody Stafford. He was on my top of my shopping list.
Yes.
And then 2 days later, the fucking Rams got him. I was livid.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely is the upgrade, and I think that was the whole vibe going around before Akers went down. And now with that injury, everybody was on the edge of their seat, basically like going, what's the next move coming from McVeigh and Sneed? You know, it's a talking point there. Henderson Jr. would probably get it, but he's not. You're number one. I know, prove me wrong, buddy, prove me wrong. But
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Akers, is he the wide receiver?
No, the
Is
running
he
back
wide receiver?
who was rookie
Oh,
last year.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, now I remember.
And big things for
Crazy
him.
Brave.
And
Sorry, I was just going to say, Crazy Brave, want to chime in with something? He's been quiet for a while. I think he's stuck.
oh, you could be right. You could be right.
I think he's just stuck. He's just sitting there. No wonder he hasn't said anything. He's stuck.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, well, I didn't realise that, the Rams actually had signed Deshaun Jackson. He'll be good for a game or two before he pulls his hemi, and
so everyone says, yeah.
with the Mets.
He could be used, you know, smartly, and hopefully that doesn't happen. You know, and he's there for the majority of the season.
Yeah.
Oh well, you know, like I said, it could go backwards.
Well,
pretty quick for the Rams.
I just wouldn't put a lot of expectation on Deshaun Jackson. Like, he's not gonna. He'll be good. He'll be good if he can give you something, but he's not gonna. He's not going to last the season. He just doesn't last the season. But I hope he does, for your sake, because he'll be he'll be
bonus,
definitely good for you. Yeah, a bonus basically. And did you notice that Jalen Ramsey's got a new number?
5.
He's changed his number to 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, it's not much. It's not much news, but
I think someone else has got number 1. There's a few changes this year. 2 of them changed.
Yeah.
I didn't do my homework on that one for you. Sorry, Skin. I didn't do
No.
I noticed it. Yeah.
I only saw it because I saw him on the Madden 22 trailer.
Oh,
and I
cool.
thought, shit, he's got a new number. Jalen Ramsey's got himself a new number.
There's another part of our defense that's good, but it felt like a lot's been on that side of our game the last year, probably too. The defense being strong.
No doubt.
And I don't believe it was. I feel sorry for Jared Goff. Okay, like I was a big fan of his. I reckon that was still doable with him at the club, but it didn't fire last year. The offense,
no,
it didn't have that kick in it. Yeah, so this is going to be fun to watch. The Rams definitely going to be a fun team to watch when you tune in on your NFL network and you want to see other teams. They'll definitely, especially with Stafford, if it does click.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt. No, he like I said, he was the guy I wanted to get. He looks like, he's gonna, be. Sorry about that.
We're going to find out, aren't we? It's exciting. There's a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
Enough about my team, and I wish your team the best this year too. Before we get too far down the track, I hope you have a fucking successful year. Win your division again. Fingers crossed for us too. And wow, could meet up. But,
Well, that'd be
what
something,
else?
wouldn't it?
Can I ask you anything else that you've noticed from other teams around the league?
Well, I noticed a lot of overreaction from today's Hall of Fame game. That's what I noticed.
I noticed
it's
the rookie first punt of his professional career. That's all I noticed. Damn, it was a good punt too.
Yeah, all right, good punt, was it? I saw the start of the game and the end of the game. The Hall of Fame game, it just doesn't do it for me. And yeah, it just doesn't do it for me. It's like the most watered down. It's just a horseshit game of football to watch.
So when you say overreaction, are you saying people waxing lyrically about how good it was and the spectacular catches and who's hot, or
no
reaction of people feeling the same as you?
Dallas still suck,
Oh, that bit. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I think I had a little bit of technical issues. Yeah, obviously. I'm back now.
Yeah, we lost you there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. You just froze up. I think you sat there for a while and you were patient. You didn't say anything, and then it just like froze on you. But you're back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we thought you were chilled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just thought you were super chilled, Pete.
I'll be upgrading the service next week, shall we say?
Yeah, that's cool. That's all right.
Yeah.
No, you had an unfortunate event hours before we went to air tonight, and you've made do with what you've got, so that's fine. We're going good. We're ripping here.
Anyway,
yeah, we're just talking.
Training camp hat anyway, and it's really annoying me, so I'm taking it off now. Oh my God.
Yeah, you look like you. Well, now R2's seized up.
Yeah.
I know. Here he comes. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, no, it's we're just talking about the pre-season and the Hall of Fame game. Just don't know what's going on here. Oh, he's back. Yeah. So it was just a bit of an overreaction today from what I saw from people, having a bit of a laugh about Dwayne Haskins and carrying on about how the Cowboys still suck, and it's the biggest wank, that Hall of Fame game, and if my team was named to play in it, I'd be disappointed because it's unnecessary.
Look, a lot of the pre-season games end up like that. Some of the main players in the game weren't there today. Dak Prescott has got a shoulder injury on top of his recovering from his busted ankle, so he sat it out. Look, anyone who's laughing at the Dallas Cowboys for losing to the Pittsburgh Steelers today are fools. Today will probably it's not funny. today
people are laughing.
Only strengthen the Dallas Cowboys, and going up against an outfit like Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm not putting anyone on top just yet. I know Meet the Mets is watching the show, and he's all over his Giants there.
Sure is.
At the moment, we're all 0-0 with you guys trying to top us, because we are NFC East champions, baby.
Yeah.
You got it.
Well, we didn't really celebrate that on the show last year. We
didn't.
Sort of
we didn't
fizzled out.
Relations to Tom Brady and his Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the Super Bowl. No, we didn't. But people know us. people know we love the game. We didn't have to have a Super Bowl show this year.
Yeah.
Maybe this season we will.
Oh, I mean, you never know when we could pop up. That's the thing. So, just have your mic ready. And
You guys could pop up at Washington Football Stadium. Do a live show from there.
Yeah, well.
Oh, well, the way...
The Aussie guys doing a live podcast or, YouTube Skinsfanatic Live.
I can't even go to Coles right now. Well, how am I going to get to bloody Washington?
Well, you could if Dan asked you to.
Yeah,
you
sure.
can go anywhere you want. You're just going to have to sleep
like
in a hotel for 2 weeks. And by then it could be week 3 of the, regular season.
I'm open for suggestions or anything. Yeah, sounds good. So, look. Anyway, we are, 7 days away now from that first pre-season game against the Patriots. So, things to look out for in that game. Obviously, we've got the wide receivers and the backup quarterback. I'm going to say, and we've got the defensive backs to me are very intriguing, and probably the depth there in the linebacker position just to round out off that position. So that's what I'm kind of, and I get, the preseason you see a little bit, you see a little bit more, and then by the last game you don't really need to see much more, to be honest. But we'll check them out. It's our job to check them out, and we'll have a full report, I'm sure, next Friday when we do this show. So should be good. Rams, who have they got?
There's Dallas.
Okay.
Or no.
Chargers.
Not sure. Totally forgotten.
That's all right.
And someone. I'll find out before the game starts.
Look, it's all good. It's all good. You've got a week, and as you say, I mean, these pre-season games, I mean, they don't mean anything. It's a training run, and so the opponent really doesn't matter. I mean, we play the Patriots every year. I mean, Bill Belichick, he knows his way through FedEx Field like he'll be swapping information with Ron Rivera as well, because they don't meet each other in the season, and they wish each other well. There's lots of things to learn from and to gain that we don't really know what's happening in behind the scenes.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was just good to see.
Bring it on.
Some football back. I watched a bit of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but just to see Chef there and Wayne, it's good to see him slinging the ball for another in a different uniform. It was exciting.
Yeah, I think probably the one thing that I got out of it that excited me was fans in the stands, and that looked good. That was nice to see, and I can't wait to see the games this year with people swinging towels and shit and banging on the fence and all that good shit. That
it is going to be good.
Sports without fans, it's shit. It's just not. It's just not the same.
I'm really looking forward to the new Monday Night Football broadcast team of the Manning brothers this year. I believe that they've signed on to do their own telecast of games. It will be on one of the major networks, so you'll have a choice on Monday Night Football. You can listen to the Manning brothers, or you can have old mate from ABC. But yeah, like I'm looking forward to seeing Peyton and stupid Eli in the booth.
God.
That Peyton Manning, I
Have
do
they
not know how.
It'd be like being on Prozac for 3 hours, wouldn't it?
have
He's
they
so shiny.
have they got an NFL Network deal? Like, so they had the network pass, and that Monday night
Yeah, they've
game,
got a
I can
network
choose
deal.
two different people to listen to it on, or would I just get what the NFL would give me, which they would choose between the two, if you know what I mean? How's the NFL pass thing work?
I
Who do you
believe
get?
You get who you get.
I believe it's
Yeah,
ESPN
right.
will be the commentators will be having the Manning brothers on, but to broadcast the actual Monday night game, whether it's like ABC or NBC or whoever does it these days. But when you watch it on ESPN, you will get the Manning brothers. I know, hopefully I'll have a choice on the NFL Network. I'm sure I probably will, because you can.
Yeah.
I might take a pass on the Manning. I'm going to take a pass on the Manning boys. I mean, I'll check it out. I don't know. Hey, Peyton, do you think that the... I don't know.
No, it's going to be good.
Hey,
Oh,
anyway, what about
you're going to have
what
to
about
wear, you're going to have to wear your
the oh, oh,
Yeah, you just can't talk over Pete. He cuts out when you talk over him.
I was just I was going to ask you guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, could you imagine Peyton Manning's forehead on a big 4K, 75 centimetre TV? Wow.
Yeah, I know. His neck.
The glare coming off it.
The kids just saw your head.
Peyton, I've actually got one myself. Because of our stupid kicker.
Anyway, out of the top three draft picks this year, let's talk about the draft there for a second. Who do you reckon is going to shine or become, rookie of the year out of those lot? And who's the bloke with the long blonde hair? What's his name? Did
Lawrence.
he go to Jacksonville?
Lawrence. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, look, I don't know, Ian. I don't know much about any of them because I didn't really watch the college football last year. It was just a bit of a shit show. It was all over the place, wasn't it?
Okay.
But,
guess then.
Well, what I can tell you, one of the big movers in the NFL next year will be the young quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's probably more of a concern to any of the rookies, in my opinion. But your question, who will be the rookies who make big moves? Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to go with Pitts from Atlanta. I'm going to go with Pitts from Atlanta.
I was just going to say, what are your thoughts on those blokes? If you knew them, and there you go, you don't really know them. I don't know them. Like I said, I'm just like, the long blonde hair bloke. And I picked it. He did go to Jacksonville. But after that, I couldn't tell you who else went where. I'm struggling to remember the names of the blokes that have shot up now. That I want to see again from last year.
As it goes. And that's how I usually, obviously I follow the league very well, and I can rattle off the list, but I'm just looking forward to seeing what they do on the field rather than making predictions, because the, playing that draft game is just impossible. I've been excited about so many rookies before, and it doesn't happen. I mean, but yeah, very pleased with draft. There's some good names in there. A couple of younger, uh, siblings of some older players that we used to follow.
Okay.
I know.
Sante Samuels Jr. A few
Yep.
cornerbacks coming into the league. I'm very pleased with the influx of defensive backs.
It was Patrick Surtain Jr., but he didn't go in this year's draft, did he? There's Samuels Jr. and Surtain in the league. It's ridiculous because I feel fucking old, like watching used to watch his daddy play.
Two great
fuck.
Yeah.
It was like the dude. There was a fellow for the Chiefs, the rookie for the Chiefs, won the Super Bowl, and his dad played. And I was like, "Oh, are you kidding?" I can't remember who it was. It was a defensive back. I can't remember who it was, but we'd know him. I just can't think of who it is, but his son, won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs in his first season. So it's just it's madness.
That happens.
Soon we'll have like little bus running around or something. Jerome Bettis' son or some shit. The bus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I saw his jersey today on the shop.
Well, I did want to talk about the schedule, but I think we might save that for next Friday night. We'll sort of talk about the Washington schedule.
Difficulties here. I'm going to leave you guys pretty soon.
Oh, don't! I'm about to wrap this up, so don't go just yet. We'll stick it out, and
I'm going to leave you.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we're wrapping. We are wrapping up. I don't want to keep this show too long. That's why I said we'll discuss the schedule next week. I think we might start the show off with the schedule, and and obviously we'll have the preseason games to talk about, and then we'll probably might make a prediction as well on our record just while we're at it. Because if we're going to talk the schedule, we may as well talk predictions. So, R2, I want to hear from you too about the Rams.
Yeah, I'll look into the preseason game schedule and give you a prediction on 10-6 finish. Yeah. And
well, remember there's extra games this year. There's one extra game, so
I did forget that.
Yeah, so don't get that fucked up. Make sure you get that right. Yes, and look, I've got an announcement too. Skinsfanatic, Skinsfanatic will be this year broadcasting the weekly matchup on Madden 22 days prior to the game. So I'll be playing as Washington, and I'll be playing the weekly matchup each week. You can watch it here on the channel,
Awesome.
just for a bit of fun. So, yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. Everyone
You're doing
excited
your own
about
commentary?
that?
Yes. I want to see it.
It all depends when I play it, because I can't be commentating at 1 in the morning, and shit like that. So, see.
But we'll get to see the game.
Yeah, I'll be
game.
Yeah. Don't use it as your measuring stick, because I'll probably be terrible. So, yeah, that's my big news. But great to be back tonight, guys, and I appreciate you spending time. Go ahead, Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty much. I'm not going anywhere, but until you wrap it up. But yeah, I also wanted to say, yeah, thank you. It's been great being back. Really looking forward to the season. Vera, he brings so many positives, and Jason Wright and his new crew. There's so many things to be excited about. We're going for a ride. Strap in.
Oh, it is going to be
Absolutely.
fun, man.
Absolutely.
Just fun. It's always fun, Yeah, no, it's been a good show, guys. Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Well, no, thank you.
Skinsfanatic 81, you've done it again. Keep doing it. Love it.
Yeah. All right.
CrazyBrave.
Thank you.
Champion.
All right. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. That was good. It's good fun. Great to be back, and awesome. All right. You enjoy the rest of your night. Peace. What's going on?
Good one. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm interested to see how the tablet would sort of go. I don't know if a tablet, like an Apple tablet, has a better camera than what I'm using. They do. Yeah, I might give it a crack next week. You got to message that link to the messenger chat you have with Hope, or find Hope and send it to her. Okay, and then I'll do it.
Right.
I'll do that one instead. Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
because I think I want to have my phone to sort of check up on some shit too, maybe. Like, but my headphones are good.
You might even find with a tablet you can do like green screen. I don't know.
Yeah, Pete was asking me that today, and I do want to give it a crack. I've got the StreamYard thing, but I obviously can't go anywhere, and I just fucking shit's been going on crazy. I'm behind, or else I would have had a green screen and started setting something up and doing a practice thing with it, for sure.
Do any of the kids have a laptop or something?
And Nay does, but she's always using it, and she'd cry and.
I didn't like you touching my shit either. Ian.
That's right. I know. I know.
Amateur hour. What have I done?
Couldn't touch anything of yours, Cole. Classic.
Yeah, well, I checked back on the YouTube, and when I was talking, it was coming through fine. There was no crackling or anything. But when I was on live at my end, I could hear you were even breaking up.
Me or Cole?
Everyone was, both of yous.
Yeah. When I started watching at the very beginning, it glitched and you were having a spiel, and I was like, oh no, thinking it's me headphones, but it was something that was glitching, like that one we had before that time when I was at Pete's place, and it did all